Yo, 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 yo. Good evening, everyone. I'm struggling again tonight. Sorry, I'm sucking like a lozenge, so you're going to have to put up with that disgusting noise as well. What is it with YouTube where every time I use it, it seems different than the last time I used it? I just can't get things working. It won't recognise the live chat. I have live chat on my screen and it seems to be working, but I can't put it on my OBS, so that's not working. What I will do while I'm here quickly actually is I'm going to move this because this doesn't fit that window at all. So let me just let me just put this somewhere. Maybe there, won't interfere with anything that you need to see. Let's hope. Anyway, good evening all. Hey JG, good to see you, man. Yeah, Snapdragon, it is wicked. Not that I can ride it at the moment because I will literally die, not even figuratively. Absolutely, it would be my final moments on this earth if I was to try a Snapdragon. But yeah, my apologies. Unless I manually add them to the main RGT calendar, they don't just do it. It's driving me mad. Pardon me. What I will try and remember to do is upload the email link, because I think it's already scheduled for the next couple of weeks. They're already there. So I will, maybe I'll do it in like monthly stages where I'll upload the month's worth of direct links to the events, so they don't have to be found every week or manually added to the calendar every week, because that just seems backwards to me. So I'll try and avoid that. It's fine if I'm fully engaged and able to deal with it manually myself every week, but not really been able to just recently. And when I'm not riding it, apologies, but it kind of goes out of my mind a little bit if I know I'm not riding it, which is incredibly selfish, I know, but that's sadly the way it goes. Yeah, pro streamer time, Darren. This is... Oh, I might just move over to Twitch. I mean, I don't know what the pros and cons are of either platform from one to the other than the fact that I kind of know how to at least get started on YouTube, and I have no clue with Twitch, really. But yeah, it's just every single time. You may have noticed, if anyone was on watching whilst my holder page was up, there was no music. I couldn't get any music. So it might be an OBS problem and not a YouTube problem. But it just wouldn't go live. And then I had to close YouTube, come back again, do it again, and it did go live, but still not quite as polished as I know you guys would be used to in these streams. Anyway, right, I'll get back to proper streamer mode. God, I'm sweaty. On Twitch, I'd have to wear a bikini. I mean, I'd heard that, Martin. Good to see you, by the way, mate. Thank you, JG. I will sort that out, because I feel bad, because I it's kind of like, well, if I can't race it, I'm going to sulk and no one else is going to race it. That must have been how it came along. But it's just the fact that it can't be an automated thing where you just set up a repeat event. But hey ho. Yeah, I mean, I could borrow one of Emma's bikinis, but that might be a bit tight around the bust for me. So with my double Ds that I've been basically maturing over the years. Anyway, let's get serious again. Sorry, Martin, you threw me off track. You know I'm usually very serious. Eco race tonight. 30 minutes of the Nurburgring, a circuit which I actually quite like, apart from the opening few bends. And we are in the AMG Mercedes. Let's go and watch one of these bad boys on track whilst I'm chatting. This is Mr. Creepy Pete Robinson. My calculations are that at normal race pace we would need 51 litres of fuel. So we are obviously going to start with 30 litres of fuel and have to be very slow and careful again, as we always are, even when we're not trying to be. The slow bit, that is, not the careful bit. I'm sure I had something else important to tell you about this particular race. No, I haven't. There was potentially going to be a last minute change of plan because as you can see, we don't have the biggest field signed up. So we were looking at doing possibly jumping in on one of the big established races and just doing a kind of WKG takeover of somebody else's race, which might have been quite good fun. But I love these eco races. I don't know if they're great to watch, but to take part in, I find them hilarious. I think I've done enough practice to not be that bothered about the fact that I'm missing my free practice now. So I've got my car set up as slippy as I think I can get it, as always. Sorry, I am the most bunged up thing on earth today. So commentary might be a little bit lacking. Excitement and enthusiasm from my end might be a little bit lacking. And I might actually just fall asleep behind the wheel if it's that slow and smooth. But, you know, you just never know what could transpire in these things. Something might jump out and surprise us, like with last week's Eco, where the sadly absent Mr. Rick Visser just went on an absolute crazy charge in the last few laps to take the victory from about 30 seconds behind. Darren Hunter tried to kill me on the third to last bend and then tried to blame me for him trying to kill me. I got my own back in a league race the other night to well, maybe half got my own back. Hey Kev, good to see you, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'm forever the salesman, so obviously this is the elevator pitch for tonight's stream and race. But, you know, just put it on in the background or something. It's just going to be like annoying noise. That's it. That's as silly as I can get with this. No, that's usually, it's like when you have a night out and the last thing you want to do is go out. And you go because you feel you have to, or you just sort of make your mind up at the last minute, oh, sod it, I'll do it. And it ends up being the best night out you've had. That could be this race. Probably won't be, but it could be. Oh, and I've got my unlucky hat on. I've had 3 horrendous races since wearing this hat. So I've got to break that pattern tonight. Last one obviously was the nighttime race at the worst track ever conceived. The one before that, actually that wasn't the last one, that was the one before that. The last race was the one where it was accidentally rainy, and who knew Darren Rayfield, well, yeah, Darren Rayfield and Darren Hunter were such gods in the rain, so that depressed me. And what was the one before that? Oh, the one before that was the one where Darren killed me and Rink beat me on the last lap. So, there you go. Yeah, I doubt it too, Kev, but, you know, you got to live in hope. Stick around, because you never know what might happen over the next 45 minutes or so. Might just change your life. Might not. You might just think, there's 45 minutes I'm never getting back. But it just might. So, right, anyway, I'm going to load my qualifying setup quickly. Not that there's any benefit for being at the front, other than trying to avoid carnage. So the further ahead of the likes of, well, I can't call him the shunter anymore. Oh, Kev, your nickname for him was perfect until, hang on, I've got a tickly cough. Until he earned himself the new nickname of the Rain Man, Mr. Darren Hunter, by just being, it was like he was on water skis. Him and Darren Rayford were on water skis and everybody else was in like a rubber ring, a slowly deflating rubber ring. It was very impressive, I have to say. Right, we are about to qualify. Oh, the track temperature's gone up a fair bit. That's a bit annoying. Hey, Ricky boy, how you doing, man? Go faster stripes on the hat, yeah. I need something to turn this period of, it isn't even bad luck, it's just bad performances. Right, let's do this anyway. Let's get back to my normal camera view. Yeah, my webcam looks better there, I'd say, than it did previously. Right. Let's get some driving done. Oh, got that view again. There we go. How you doing, Rick, anyway? Do you do Celtic Romance caps? Exactly, Kev. I was quite happy to go along with Rain Man because it's, you know, it's a pretty backhanded compliment, let's be honest. I wanted just wet Darren. Or soggy Darren or something, I think was my suggestion. Oh, let me tell you something. Who's that in front of me? That is Darren Hunter in front of me, isn't it? Right. Actually, is it? Ooh. No, that's Mike. Let me tell you something, right? In the practice session we were doing just before we came on air to the millions. Oh, Darren Hunter, this is the kind of tactics it looks like we're going to have to deal with tonight. Yeah, wet blanket. That would have been better. But, right, speaking of Darren Hunter, the wet blanket, Mr. Rain Man, he deliberately took out all of the brake markers on the circuit, and then he found the admin password and gave me a drive-through. He will stop at nothing, it would seem, to disrupt other people's races before concentrating on his own. Surely there's more satisfaction of him getting better rather than making us worse. But yeah, maybe that's just me. Oh God, I am dying here, people. I thought I was over this, but he's done it again. He's done it again. The little shit. I know that's him. All the brake markers are gone. I bet they're gone at turn 1, right? I will put my mortgage on the fact there will be no brake markers when we get down to turn 1. Oh, nice. I could do with some ice cream. That'd be nice on my throat. There we go. Brake markers, where are they? Oh, he's such a twat. He's going to do it in the race as well because he knows I rely on them too heavily. What a dick. No, I do actually. I'll be waffling away. I actually need to try and get some kind of qualifying lap in. How are you feeling, Kev? I got over this until I did that stupid ride on Monday night where I should have stopped much earlier than I did and just obviously brought on a bout of fainting, vomiting, coughing, spluttering. I'm just ill again now. It's just ridiculous. This is the first time most of us have driven the Mercedes, including myself. And I have to say, it's like a carpet, a magic carpet ride. Look, I could just go over these curbs. Who would have known? So smooth. Maybe that's just compared to the Ferrari, but it feels like a completely different class of car in terms of riding bumps and things. Don't like the noise, don't like the fact it feels a bit wallowy most of the time, but on this circuit in particular, get away with absolute murder. I'm gonna have to try and use other visual clues, cues for my braking. Right, currently third. What's the fastest time then? 2:01. Oh no, first. Oh, this isn't. I mean, that's a hideously slow time to be on pole position, so I'm expecting more. Unless everybody else is already running their eco setup. This one's not eco in the slightest. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine it to be Bentley, followed by AMG, followed by Aston Martin in the kind of drive over someone without feeling it stakes. I love the Ferrari for its sort of lively, energetic feel, but I do know it's absolute dog on the curves compared to most cars.
tampering with my brakes. The car doesn't have any.
It's because it weighs about 14 tons. My PB on this track, by the way, is something like 57.1, 57.2. So even with a kind of racy setup, you can see how slow I am in this car. Although I think 2 seconds of that could be accounted for the fact that I can't see the brake markers. Thank you, Darren. Whoa, who's that running wide? Whoa, and coming straight across. Whoa! Who was that? Oh, my lap's invalidated. Oh, Lexus. Yeah, I forgot about the Lexus. I suppose it's every car that I associate with like a smooth, comfortable ride as a road car. I just automatically assume the same with the race cars as well. And obviously it's proving to be the case for most of them. Right, so I've got to recognise everyone's cars again. That is Mike Burger Van in front of me. I think that was Creepy Pete that spun at turn 1. No, it was about turn 3, wasn't it? Turn 2, 3. Dobby, exactly. Dobby, I mean, I did drive over like my children and stuff like that and just didn't even notice half the time. Let's give Mike a bit of space and myself some space for one more flyer. Darren's not even trying. Darren Hunter. I'm half expecting Darren Mayfield still to turn up literally as the race starts. That's kind of his style. Jamie Swan's on a family holiday. It's been hard recently actually. Everyone's away, which is, you know, I'm just jealous that I'm not, but it has meant it's been hard getting people to the races. Oh, here we go. Right, that's not ending well. And there we go, that was qualifying. Return to garage. Right, I might as well just quickly... Oh, Darren did try. He got a... Well, I say try. He got a 59.8. 59.793. If my maths is right. Look at that. Carol, call me Carol. Carol Vorderman. Right, I might as well load up my race setup now. I'm not going out again. Let's check it. 30. Yep. Brakes 1. Let's go on tyre set 10. Just to make sure they're nice and new. I'm sure they are. Temperatures, I'm not going to read anything into that because it's completely different when we're going slow. Electronics, engine map 4. I'm not going to show you my secret tricks. Oh yeah, Niall. Where? Niall, man. So disappointed. We should come up with some kind of forfeit for anyone that signs up and doesn't turn up. I'll have a think about that. Anyway, who is here? Mucus Neil, Darren Rainman Hunter, Torpedo Arna Martinison, Keith the Hoff Denton, Creepy Pete Robinson, and Mike the Burger Van. Still need to come up with something better for Mike because that's not fair. I'm not that creative vocabulary. God, I want to go to bed. There's only 2 people watching, Kev and Darren. God. I mean, I'm not surprised. This is utter shite, this stream. I didn't even think of that, Darren. Torpedo R.R. Citizen. Oh, don't make me laugh too much. I'm I'm not physically equipped to deal with too much laughter tonight. Oh dear. I think Tor actually came up with it, so, you know, read into that what you will. Oh. What can we do while we're waiting for this server? Could have a little kip. I just realised Emma was asking me what I want to do for my birthday. I am doing nothing for a full 24 hours on my birthday. That is my gift to me, because the Le Mans 24-hour race is on that whole weekend. That's it. I'm going to get loads of crap junk food, get into bed.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Let's do it. Good luck, everyone. Yeah. Probably take my mini fridge in to my bedroom. Keep some beers in there.
You too, mate.
I missed what Thor
30
said.
litres, yeah?
Yes, 30 litres. Absolute maximum. Yeah, and I'm going to watch 24-hour racing for my entire birthday weekend. Actually, I want to do the tour trick. So you stay in the setup page for as long as possible. And then you only come out just as it's the last second to join the race. Then you keep your tyres a lot warmer. Just entertain yourselves for the time being. I've got nothing to say.
What engine map are you guys on? 2 or 3?
That's the plan, Rick. I'm on 3. It's painfully slow, but I suppose we'll just have to see how it goes from there.
I'm on 3.
6.
You
Okay,
watch.
I'm on red wine.
That's even better.
Same here, cheers.
I got sparkling water and bloody throat sweets.
20 seconds.
Right, here we go. 20 seconds. Drive. I got pole position, by the way. Woohoo! Yeah, Rick, that's the plan. I will record it as well as watch it, so in case I doze off, I can then just sort of go back. And I actually do want to do a 24-hour race at some point.
Stay in double file.
Oh, I've stalled. Oh, it's not easy to put away in this map. Go, 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 go. Oh. I need to get back up there. Go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Right, someone's going to get disqualified, Mr. Hunter.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Whoa! Who's that being brave?
What the hell?
Is that Creepy Pete? Oh!
Oi.
I actually wasn't even looking at the screen then, sorry. Sorry, mate, I genuinely just lost concentration for a second. I think Peter forgot it's a... oh no, that's Keith. I think he forgot it's a an economy drive. Oh man, that's just mental. I'm all for endurance sports and commitment to it, but that's just madness, Rick. That's suggests a serious problem. Right, let's get into lift and coast mode. I haven't worked out what lap fuel consumption I need to make this work, but I know it's a lot less than the sort of 3.4 that you get at normal race pace. I can imagine, actually, Rick, I'm joking aside, as events, the camaraderie and the general spirit of those sort of things, I can imagine being absolutely amazing. I went and watched the end of Francis Cade's 24-hour race at Brands Hatch, and just the spirit within all the groups that were there was absolutely brilliant. I've overtaken Keith. Whether I should or shouldn't have is a subject for debate. But I have, so it's too late to worry about that now. My plan last week nearly worked. I was going much faster, both myself and Darren were going much faster than everybody else thought we should have been, given the amount of fuel we had, but we made it work right to the, well, Darren ran out on the last corner. That's because he hit me and stalled his engine in the process. But I got over the line with 0.1 litres left. So maybe you can go faster than you think, as long as you're lifting, coasting and short shifting. I mean, this is like walking pace around there, but then it is anyway, I think. I hate that series of bends. See, like that, I didn't touch the brakes once going through that little sequence. Just lift off early, roll it in. This all sounds really professional, doesn't it? Like I know exactly what I'm doing. Probably didn't need to lift off there. I don't think I was going fast enough to need a lift. Pulling away from Darren, I'm down to 2.16 litres per lap. I think that's good enough. Well, unless I do things like that. Well, that's alright. As long as I can get back on again without any drama. What a surprise, quite a few of the brake markers have gone. He really is a prize bell end, that Rain Man Hunter. Fastest lap of the race, 2:12. Woo! We're cooking on gas now, peeps. By the way, for anyone that missed the Facebook post, we are no longer doing the GT4 v GT3 races. I'm going to put that one on the back burner because it became very apparent you needed a much bigger field for that format to work or be, you know, fun for all. Darren Hunter quite rightly pointed out it just became two races that didn't really interfere with each other. So we need much bigger grids to make that one work. So what I've done, we have replaced it with a British GT4 series. So all GT4 cars, obviously. Five race series, I should say. Starting, I think, with Snetterton, and then you've got Brands, Alton Park, Silverstone, and Donington as well. Sticking with that same time slot, 7:30 on Saturday evenings. So it should be fun. First one tomorrow. Like I say, I think it's Snetterton. Might be Donington. Can't remember. Right, I'm down to 2.1 litres per lap. That seems pretty good to me. This is where I have an edge on all my competitors in these races. I had Dobby for, I don't know, 7 years maybe. And the only fun you could have with Dobby was seeing how far you could make a litre of fuel go. And given that it was a big tall brick of a thing, I had to become a master at lift and coast and short shifting. And finally, my skills are being rewarded by pure genius in the eco races. That said, I've only ever won one of these. I nearly won last week, but no. You know why we've only got 3 viewers tonight? It's nothing to do with the poor stream. I've just realised the Premier League started, isn't it? And some people, for whatever reason, would rather watch Arsenal v... I want to say Brentford in the Premier League than watch 6 amateur sim racers drive slowly and carefully around a racetrack for half an hour. The mind boggles. Right, I am a bit short on fuel. So I've done 4 laps in the first almost 10 minutes. I've only got 10 laps of fuel left. So I might have to slow down a bit in a moment. Oh no! How could I possibly lose the back end at that speed? That's just not possible. It's not feasible. Darren pulled back in about 2.5, 3 seconds on me on that lap. Or on this lap so far. I think this is the tightest we've been on fuel. Yeah, this one's going to be really tough. fast. I mean, look, again, how slow was I? But still too fast for that bend. I hate that particular part of that bend. It's not good at all. Running wide again. I'm going to make a prediction now, actually, of who is going to win this race. I'm thinking Tor. And I have a feeling he has got the best balance here of speed and economy, efficiency. Track limits. I think I've gone off too fast. I think Darren's gone off too fast. I'm not going to slow down because if it gets really desperate, I'll have to slow down a lot. So I'm still kind of in the driving seat because I can kind of dictate it a bit later on in the race. Or should I say it's just easier to do a calculation a bit later in the race. See how slow I actually need to go. So Tor's doing 218s. Go down to 2.04. Right, there we go. So halfway through. More than half my fuel left. But as I mention every week, it's 30 minutes plus a lap, depending on at what point the leader comes across the finish line. That's too fast. Oh no, it's not. Ooh, okay. Just waiting to see somebody suddenly flick into engine map 1 and start gunning it, having saved a load of fuel. Just under 14. That is touch and go. Thanks for that, Rick. .14. Okay, so I'm slightly ahead of that. Sorry about the sniffing and croaking. It's not nice. It's not nice to watch. I would have turned off because I hate watching people when they're ill. Oh, you all did. I think the hardest thing is if you have to suddenly re-engage, like so say you get to 2 laps from the end, the guy behind starts putting pressure on, you realise, right, I've got enough fuel to up my pace a little bit. It's very hard to re-engage the brain to racing at full speed. Obviously your tyres are colder because they've been pooling around. My car is not set up to do fast laps anyway. I mean, it's just got zero handling considerations in the setup at all. So it's a recipe for disaster. But obviously if I start seeing somebody coming at me, that's what's going to have to happen. Alright, I got it down to 2.03. I need to read whatever Kev's previous comment was. I can't see it at the moment. Oh shit. Could do without running wide, because that's just extra distance and scrubs the speed off. Yeah, see, that's going to be a tactic actually, Rick. I'm going to have to try and look at the remaining time quite carefully here to make sure I don't do more laps than I need to. Whoa, who's that? That was someone off the road. Looked like Keith. Is he coming into the pits? If he comes in to put fuel in, I will not be happy. Actually, it's disabled, so we can't. Yeah, Kev. There is a good chance of it. Darren has upped his pace a little bit, I'd say. Very marginally. Oh, that might have just been the part of the track we were on that closed us together a bit. 1.98, look at that. I'm watching the time gap behind me as much as anything else here. I think I've got a little bit of fuel to burn if I need to. Not too much. It's so tight. 6 minutes to go, 3 laps of fuel. I'm doing 2 minutes of 10 per lap. Oh man. Whoop. Went far too hot into there. Despite how it looked on screen, I was far too fast. Darren was a bit faster than me on that lap. In fact, about a second faster, I think. It would be perfect depending on when I cross the line, Rick. If I cross the line and have to do an extra lap, then I'm screwed. But I think you're right. I think because I'm doing 2:10, 2:11 a lap, I think that's pretty good. I'm just waiting to see somebody charge from behind. Okay, so I think I can pace this now so that after this lap it will be the final lap. I think I'm right in assuming that. Oh god, I nearly overshot the bend whilst calculating. That's me trying to multitask in my head. Huh? Yeah, I've got over 2 laps of fuel left at this rate. Oh, Darren's coming. What an arsehole. Piss off, Hunter. I don't need this pressure. no, Mike's out. Right, I want to get to the line with about 3.5 litres left. And then it's just balls out.
Yellow flag acceptable.
Luckily, I don't think Darren could charge quite as hard as he was expecting. So Mike was the first to drop. Unlucky, man. Right, 3.3. I'm going to be able to go much quicker through this last lap. Hopefully. Right, 3 litres I've got. Coming up to a car. Oh, look at that. I got cold brakes and tyres. No. It's exactly what I was saying. Oh my God, I should have remembered that. I was only talking about it 5 minutes ago. Darren's not been able to make much of an impression. He's coming a bit now. Oh, maybe not.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Peter, you might want to let me lap you. Otherwise, you're going to have to do an extra lap. Depending on your fuel load. I can't keep it straight. I just got no grip. Jesus. This is how much this car was not set up for speed. I got bloody loads left. I could do another lap.
Excellent job. Clearing the wings.
I wanted to come across the line backwards. Oh. I can't spin the thing, I haven't got enough power. How much did you have, Darren?
I ran out just before I crossed.
Oh, wow. Somehow I had, well, I've still got 0.3, so I must have had about half a litre when I came across the line. I've shaken off the hat voodoo. Not voodoo, hoodoo. Oh, now I've run out.
Wow, nice one.
Good stuff, guys. Who's still going? Let's have a look. Peter, you managed to get behind me, didn't you?
1-0 now.
Still going, still going.
Oh, Tor's still on the move. Let's go and watch him. How much fuel have you got, Tor? 0.6, did he say, I think? Oh no! Keep it on the track! He's not going to make it. Cheers, Rick. It's racing in a strange kind of sense. But I really enjoy it. Is Tor going to make it over the line? Yes! Right on the line! Good man. So we still got... Keith's still going. You did well to get it to the line. Keith's going to make it. Oh no, the session's going to end. Good job, Keith. So was it only Mike that ran out of fuel?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. I've been trying to make it harder each week, but everybody seems to just be getting better at saving their fuel. So, well done, guys. I don't think there's any replays to look at, are there? It was just so straightforward.
It's dull.
Oh, you tried to take me out at the start.
Oh yeah, that that one I will admit was 100% on me, but I did have just the weirdest momentary lapse in concentration. I wasn't even looking at the screen. Certainly wasn't deliberate.
It's so hard to concentrate when you're driving slowly. Like,
Oh no.
Just fly off.
The hardest thing was when I tried to pick up the pace in the last lap. And that's really hard to just re-engage your brain. And obviously tyres and everything are cold. I think I came off 3 times in that lap alone.
Points.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I think I was right in front of you and the car was snaking about all over the place. I was just trying to get it straight.
Yeah, I noticed. I thought you were going to let me go. I thought
No.
he's having me on.
No. If you'd gone back past me, you'd have another lap to do.
Well, I let you go. I thought, oh, I'm not playing this game.
Oh, Mike did a nice pass in lap 2 or 3. Right, let's go and check it out. Right, let's get out of this. Oh, yes, I've won a race wearing this cap. The one I really, really need to win is Wednesday night's Renault Racing League at, well, this track on Nurburgring. Because given that I came 3rd last week and therefore got no points because it wasn't any better than any of my previous 7 races, Darren Rayfield is now just 5 points or maybe even 4 points behind me in the league. So I need to once again get 2nd or better in the remaining 2 races to actually get any additional points. Yeah, mate, please, Rick, definitely. Sorry to change it all last minute, but it was just, as Darren quite rightly pointed out, it just became 2 races where we had 3 or 4 GT4s, 3 or 4 GT3s, and they just weren't, maybe it was just that particular track, but the races didn't sort of interfere with each other in the way that we'd hoped they would. So we're just going to switch it to a GT4, all-out GT4 British GT race for a while, and then hopefully, probably during the winter, we'll build up numbers a little bit and try it out again maybe. But yeah, it'd be brilliant if you and any of the other guys want to join from Celtic Bromance. The more the merrier, obviously. So it'd be good to see you there. But until then, good night, buddy, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Excuse me. Right, here we go. Yeah, I loved the GT4, the first race we did, the GT4 GT3s. I was loving the little KTM on Brands Hatch. They're just so sort of flickable. Just really good fun to drive. So, yeah, I like the idea of that. Right, so let's watch. I mean, who is it? Oh, let's watch Keith to start off with. So Keith, who was starting 4th place out of 6th, obviously had a brain fart and forgot all about the fact it's an eco race. Although, to be honest, he might have been able to control the pace from there, but just absolutely flew through. The reason at the time I thought it was Peter Robinson is it was one of the few races that I hadn't streamed or recorded, but Darren Hunter will remember it. The only other time I've raced on this track with Peter Robinson, he basically banzaied straight into everybody else that was braking at that first bend. He just went in full throttle. It was amazing. So I thought he was doing the same again. Right, so Keith managed to build up a lead. I then thought, oh shit. Yeah, he really did. That still sounds like quite a bit of throttle to me. But you made it to the end. Right, anyway, we catch up with that. So Mike, second or third lap. Oh, it looks like it might have already happened. So Mike is in the white and orange car. Yeah, he might have done. I know he'd been sleeping in our warm-up, hadn't he? So it may well be he just sort of jumped awake at the lights and just fell straight back to sleep again with his foot on the accelerator. Right, so what I'm thinking here is Peter's going to send one around the outside. No. By the way, Rick, if you are still here, thank you very much for the information. That was really useful. You were in P3 when you ran out of fuel. Oh, no. Does anyone else do loads of setup changes for these, or is it only me? Am I the only real sort of geeky try-harding driver in this? I work, I say so hard. I don't about as hard as I ever work on anything. But I do put a lot. Oh, it's just me, is it? I put a lot of attention on all the cambers and the brake ducts and all that sort of stuff to make the car as fuel efficient as it can be. I don't know if I believe that, because Darren, you also told me you had 19 laps of fuel left when you had about 6 in the last race. This is a good little squabble here. So we've got Keith. Well, let's use their proper names. We've got the Hoff, followed by the I nearly said torpedo. Followed by the Burger Van, followed by Creepy Pete. It's a good plan, Keith. It is a good plan. Whoa, look at that. Like, sweet move. Nicely done, my friend. Yeah, that's the thing. It does save fuel the more cars you've got in front of you. Whoa, yeah, I was just about to say, that's a brilliant plan, unless you do little things like that and drop off the back. Actually, that might not have been you, Keith, thinking about it. I can't work out who's in which position now. That might have been Peter. It's such an uncomfortable position doing what I did, where you kind of think you know what you've got in mind, and you think you've done your sums right, and you know what your pace should be, but you're pulling away from everyone else, and then you start thinking, well, how can I be right and everybody else there be doing it differently, and it not be a better way to go? So you do start questioning yourself. But as it turns out, it looks like it is probably to do with the fact that I'm spending more time on my car setup than everybody else. Did you not like it, Keith? I actually quite like it to drive. I don't find it fun or exciting, but I do find it really stable, and it's lovely being able to hit a curb and not have to clench your buttocks wondering whether that's going to be the time it sends you flying off the track. I love the excitement of the Ferrari, but it's an unpredictable little beast at points. Let's go back here a bit, because it looks like we've got Peter Robinson. Yeah. We've got Hoff and Creepy. Their cars might make them look like teammates, but this is all out war. Denton in front, Robinson in behind. Were you in the 2015 car tour? And you preferred it? That's funny, because you prefer the older Ferrari as well, don't you? I wonder if the newer ones, they've just made them slightly more edgy. Which, after a heck of a lot of practice, probably means more pace. But to just sort of get in and drive, I suppose that's not what you want. Really? That's the complete opposite to me, Keith. That was the one thing I liked about it. The fact that I felt like I could just ignore the fact that there was a curb there and just go straight over it. Next week's will obviously be Zolder. And I've not decided on a car yet. But I'm thinking, other than Jamie Swan, has anyone used the Bentley yet? I'm saving the Aston to do a sort of British themed, like we'll do a Silverstone one in the Aston V12, because I'd imagine that's just disgusting on fuel. And Silverstone is a lot of high speed, full throttle, so I think that would be disgusting on fuel as well. So I'm sort of saving those to work with each other. Yeah, tour setup, exactly. I enjoy the geeky setup side of things almost as much as the racing, so I spend probably a lot more time on it than I should. Right, so Mike's not driven the Bentley. I've never driven the Bentley. I'm pretty sure only Jamie Swan has used the Bentley. Oh, yeah, of course you are. Well, Keith, have an amazing time, if I forget to say it. You're cycling in Scotland, I believe. Have a brilliant time, but obviously you will be missed, so get back as quickly as you can, because these races aren't the same when any of you guys are missing. I'm not just saying that to be all sentimental. It's because we then end up with really low numbers. It's nothing to do with you specifically, it's just people. No, I'm kidding, of course. I miss it when Rink's not here. Like this race, I think would have been a completely different race because Rink would have done his late charge. Probably brought Darren with him. Darren Rayfield is just so unpredictable, so I really miss him when he's not racing. Jamie Swan, obviously, it's about as fast as it gets when his internet works, when his computer works. So yeah, all of you guys, I'm sure I missed someone, and that's going to come across really insulting. Niall, obviously, but then I'm angry with Niall because he said he was coming and didn't, so he's dead to me. Just kidding, Niall, if you do happen to watch this video, obviously. So, were you ahead for quite a while? If so, what happened towards the end of the race? 1 minute you're ahead and you were gone. I'm wondering if you had to slow right down. So what's going on? Any close battles? No, they're all pretty spread out. And the closest is actually Darren to me. He got that down to about 3 seconds, I think, before I realised I could up my pace a little bit. Right, probably not much more to watch unless you want to see my attempt to spin over the finish line. Who's that? Oh, that's Peter. Oh, let me show you what I mean, just quickly. I'll show you what I mean by how horrible the car is when you try to up the speed when your car is set up for drag efficiency. So I've been gunning it a little bit this lap. Get past Peter. I mean, I was on the curb, but I just could not get the thing straight for bloody ages. Just because there's no camber, there's no downforce, there's just nothing helping the tyres to stick to the ground. Right, so this, I don't know if this was the final lap. I tried to be cool and spin it over the finish line. And ended up just sort of crashing on the finish line. Yeah, I'm bloody glad I ended up actually getting across the line. And then I'm guessing it was Darren Hunter that did his usual. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, of course it was. Oh, that's good. Tor was in P3 for most of the race, had a spin. Yeah, it's like Peter said, it's funny. It's hard. It's almost as hard to get your apexes and all your braking points right when you're not as sort of intently focused because you're going so slow. But anyway, thank you everybody. Oh yeah, I was going to say that lacked the venom of the last one you did. Yeah, because you ran out of fuel. I'm about to run out of fuel. Look, being super cool. Oh, there we go. I'm out of fuel. Right, I'm going to wrap up. Go and just drown myself in drugs. Check your last corner. Oh, I was watching it live. I think that's what you mean. Was it the little chicane? Let's get heady cam. We were watching it live, Tor. Yeah, true, Darren. Yeah, a little bit of curb cutting. Way. Excuse me. All's well that ends well, Tor. You managed to get it back on, hold your position, not run out of fuel, so you did alright. Texting and driving? No way. Oh, live chat. Let me just, I suppose I should show. That was Darren hitting me. So that must have been just before that. Here we go. Who are we watching? Yeah, what I was confused about, Darren, is that you didn't get penalised for starting way ahead of me. Whoa, then Keith does his little slalom. That was impressive, Keith. And then I'm not literally, you can see by my line, I'm literally not even looking at my screen at that point. Yeah, so was I. That's what's weird. I knew you wouldn't have deliberately done anything wrong, but quite often that's the case, and then you get a bloody drive-through or a disqualification. It just seemed odd that the system would allow that, but it has its glitches. And then you've all seen what happens from there on. I win! The most exciting race you can ever win. Right, I am actually going now because I'm just literally wasting away here. Thanks everyone, enjoy the rest of your Friday, thanks for racing. Whoa, what was that? Oh, Darren's trying to take the cones out there, weren't you? Busted. Right, I hope to see as many of you as possible tomorrow night for the GT4 race at 7:30 at Donington or Snetterton, whichever. Should be fun. They're little tight, twisty tracks on little fun, chuckable cars, so should be a good one. So thanks everyone, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.